Bill Belichick, girlfriend shutting down, posing a question during a CBS interview. Rob, if you got this clip, Bill Belichick is doing an innocent interview. They're just trying to ask him some questions. And honestly, this guy's struggling. His jersey's ripped. He's in bad state. Got into a bad cat fight. It's not a good place.
He looks lost.
And he's going through this, and they're asking a basic question, and the world wants to give him a hard time about it. Rob, go ahead and play this clip.
Jordon was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordon right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
Wow.
No.
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on, though Hudson has recently posted about it on Instagram.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of you and Jordon, where you're a fisherman and she's a mermaid. It's charming. It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
What's it been like?
To have these different sort of photos. There's another one where you're doing, you're not into meditation or yoga or Pilates. You're balancing Jordon on your feet, and she's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow them.
What he does follow isn't clicks or views, but touchdowns and, above all, wins.
You do seem like you're having a lot more fun these days than you were in other chapters of your life, let's say.
I enjoy football. I enjoy the whole process of it. It's hard to win, and it's hard to beat other good coaches, good teams. I appreciate the grind. I appreciate the competition. But coaching's fun, and honestly, I feel like I haven't worked a day in my life.
I bet he appreciates the grind.
Okay, Tom, what do you think's happening here?
I think if he'd been allowed to answer the question, she was a free agent signing. We're just taking it on a game-by-game basis.
Yeah.
Vinny, what do you know?
Well. First, what a fall from grace. I'm a New York Giants fan, proud. Won 4 Super Bowls, 2 against the Pats. Tom, you want to kiss me?
What's going on?
Tom, I'll make out with you right now. I don't
do it.
I'm comfortable
I was
with my
looking at the
sexuality.
pictures that you were pulled up. The backup you pulled up.
But
she's very limber.
Well, remember, like he used to be the tough guy, and you'd ask him questions, he'd just be like this. No. Look at what. By the way, they met on a flight from Boston back to Florida in 2021. So, Robbie, if she's 24 now, Tom, do the math. How old was she? 20?
19.
19 or 20 when they met.
She was eligible for the draft.
She was, yeah, but so they met. Are you guys ready for this? They met. So, Pat, but I've never had this many distractions on one. Just one. Tom's making out my ear. Adam's doing whispers. I got your leg down.
Welcome to my world, buddy.
Pat, this is ChatGPT. They met on a flight from Boston to Florida back in 2021. She's 24 now, so that's 19 or 20 years old on a flight, and she was reading a logic textbook. Okay. And he signed it with a note. He put a note and gave it to her. But there's been some online stuff that I don't even want to mention about how they actually met. What would make a girl that's sitting on the sideline, no pun intended, to go right when you say, how'd you guys meet? No, we're not talking about that.
In a totally humorless fashion. She was serious.
She had seriousness in her eyes. And it's just, by the way, we all know this is not going to last. And we keep seeing these people. This is such a fall from grace. All these guys, the Shannon Sharps, the Robert Kraft. It's like, do you guys not get the playbook? The younger girl, 70, older, it's not going to work. You're going to lose money. And now think about it. For the rest of his life, this thing, nobody's talking about Super Bowl wins now. It's that. Just like, no, it's the worst thing that happens to you is this. Like, look, I mean, he looks happy. She tore up his shirt. They're probably getting crazy. But it's just, it boggles my mind how somebody so decorated, so loved, so like Hall of Fame freaking thing can let one girl, one little nookie get you to that.
I don't know who this guy is. I don't follow sports.
You don't know who Bill Belichick is?
Tom Brady's coach.
Oh my God.
He's Canadian.
You don't.
He's Canadian.
I've heard
We're
the name.
establishing credibility here.
You don't know who
He's
Bill
a
Belichick is?
I wouldn't recognize him ever anywhere. I know I've
what?
heard the name Belichick.
You
but
live
I
in
thought he was
America,
a football,
bro.
a hockey player. No, I don't follow
Come on,
sports.
Viva.
But all that to say is, you post pictures of you with a girl on a fishing line in a mermaid uniform or whatever it is, doing like what the type of things you do with your kid on social media, and then are unable to answer a basic question as to the public post that you've made and to respond to it in a humorless and utterly defensive manner, indicating culpability that I would never have even thought was there. Oh, you see old people dating young people. If that man is up dead sooner than later and she's the heir, you might have some questions as to how they met and what she was planning from day one.
Yep. Weird.
I got a Bill Belichick story for you.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Did you meet him on a plane and date him?
Yeah.
Did he give you a note while you were reading a logic book?
I'm way too old for him, to be honest with you. So Bill Belichick story. Here we go. So Bill Belichick was the guest speaker at a financial conference I was at, the same conference that I met Pat at many, many moons ago. So because I'm a sponsor, my firm is a sponsor of this thing, they gave me kind of like front row seats. So here's a little video of actually where I was sitting. Please welcome to the stage Bill Belichick. I'm sitting front freaking row. Rob. Okay, so boom, he comes on stage. You see where I'm at. So front row, and I look over to my right while this guy's on stage, and there's one person who's front row. So let's say this is front row. We're all sitting here. There's one person sitting like basically like right next to the stage. Yeah. And it's some adorable woman. And I'm like, what's going on? What's going on over here? I'm telling him, who is this person? Like, why are they front row? I'm thinking, all right, maybe like it's his publicist, granddaughter. At the same time, I'm trying to holler. Yeah. I'm like, hey, so what's this girl's deal? Whatever. I'm kind of signaling to one of them. I'm like, what's going on here? Because there's never women at this meeting. It's like 90% dudes. Yeah. It's like you'd have a field day, Vinny. Yeah. So I'm thinking, what's going on here?
Insomnia.
I know. So thank you, Rob. I'm watching this thing. Bill Belichick does his thing. Is obviously very non-committal on his responses. Just very boring, bland answers. Got to win. You got to try hard and all this. And the whole time I'm thinking, who's this chick? What's going on here? I go up to at the end. I don't know if you saw the video of the end. Clap, round of applause. I try to go and like say hi. Like, what are you doing here? Like, genuinely, they whisk her away. Like before it ends. Like, and I'm like, who is this person? And the lady running now, but she goes, no. She's with Bill. I go, no, I assume she's with Bill, but like, who is she? She's like, I think that's his girl. I said, thinks that's his girl.
How young?
Yeah, I mean, she's 24 years old. Bill's
that was her?
70
That was
something.
her?
It was her.
Oh, wow.
That's my point, is that
She was way younger than
49-year age difference.
yes. So the point is, it's not like some relationship that he's taking her when he's giving speeches.
She was 40.
Very interesting.
He was 49. She wasn't even here yet.
Yeah, of course.
When he was 50, she was 1.
By the way,
he like goes up to her and goes, one of these days.
listen, it's very common these days.
Sick world we live in.
This is a very weird situation, but imagine if it was the other way around.
Oh.
A 74-year-old woman and a 24-year-old
I would
guy.
take it in a second.
Double what?
Some old nana to take care of me.
You're into that?
It. No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Consenting adults it's a free world and it's within the bounds of the law. The only question is, when did they meet and what was the nature of the airplane on which they met?
Yeah, weird. Anyway.
Are you saying they went to an island together?
I would like to know the name of that plane.
I don't
no, but
think
it's plus some of the age of consent in America.
So he is definitely older than her parents and probably older than her grandparents. There's some interesting fetishes going on.
Look, next 6 months, let's circle back and see where they're at. 6 months.
Married.
We'll see.
But if there is nothing to the story when somebody says, how did you guys meet?
Just say it.
Just say, who cares?
Yeah, it's not. We
How
met on
did
a
you guys
flight.
meet? So if it's
It's public knowledge. You guys met on a flight.
I don't know, man.
with humor. Where'd you meet?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Yeah.
Should have been the answer.
Weather boy.
Can't tell you. Can't tell. No, we're not going to talk
No.
about it. We're not going to talk about it. It's like a little temperamental, like a little scary, angry little elf. But
That's how to create suspicion. That's the playbook on how to create suspicion.
Yeah. During a season like this, where a lot of people are going through challenging times, they're worried. They don't know what's going on. Some of the people are having a hard time with their finances, with their small businesses, with their careers, with their families. Stress, period, anxiety, any of that stuff. I said, I think we need something to make people's day. And I think our audience wants to participate in that.
The video title
when he's giving
not
speeches.
talking about
She was
that.
40.
Very
captures
interesting.
an
He was
intense moment
49.
during
She
a
wasn't even
CBS
here
Sunday
yet.
morning
Yeah, of course.
When he
with
was
football
50,
coach
she
Bill
was
Belichick and his girlfriend.
By the way,
He like goes up to her and goes, one
During
of
the
these
conversation,
days.
when
Listen,
interviewer Tony
it's
DeVito
very
asked
common
him to
these
come
days.
back,
Sick world we
Hudson
live in.
abruptly
This is a
cut in,
very weird
saying,
situation, but imagine if it
"We're
was the
not
other way
talking
around.
about that."
Oh,
A 74-year-old
effectively
woman and a
shutting down the
Oh, I
24-year-old
would
guy.
take it in a second.
This
Double
reaction
stand-
sparked
what?
criticism
Some old
online, with
Nana
some
to take
suggesting
care
that
of me.
You're into
Belichick was
that?
being controlled by Hudson.
Consenting
In
adults
response, Bill
is
Belichick
it's a
claimed
free
the
world
interview was
and
supposed
it's
to
within the
focus on
bounds
his
of the
new
law.
book,
The only
The
question
Art
is
of
when did
Winning,
they meet and
and
what was
accused
the nature
CBS
of the
editing
airplane
the
on
footage
which
in
they
a
met.
misleading way.
Anyway.
CBS,
Are you
however,
saying they
denied
went to an
any
island
prior
together?
agreement.
I
about
would like to know the
interview.
name of that
Stating
plane.
that No restrictions
No, but
were
it's
placed on the questions.
plus
In my
some
opinion,
of the
Bill
age of consent
Belichick
in
did the
America.
right
So
thing by
he
standing
is
up for his
likely
privacy
definitely
and that of
older
his
than her
girlfriend
parents and
during the
probably
interview.
older than her grandparents.
As a public figure, he has
There's
every
some
right to set
interesting
boundaries
fetishes
about
going
which
on.
parts of his
Look,
personal
next
life
6 months,
he
let's
wishes
circle
to
back
share.
and see where they're at. 6 months.
Married.
The media's
But if there
insistence
is
on
nothing
probing
to the
into
story,
private
somebody says,
matters,
"How did you guys
especially
meet?"
when the focus
Just say
should have
it.
been
Say
on
who
his
cares.
professional
Yeah,
work,
it's well, we
is
met on a flight.
invasive
So
and
if you- if it's-
disrespectful.
It's public knowledge. You guys met
Bill
on a flight.
Belichick has always
With
been
humor,
known for
where'd you
his
meet?
discretion
Wouldn't you
and
like to know whether
professionalism.
boy should have been the answer?
Weather
His
boy.
decision to
Tell you.
protect his
Can't
personal
tell.
life
No, we're
should
not-
not
we're
be
not gonna
viewed
talk
as
about it.
invasive,
We're not going to
but
talk
rather
about it.
as a
It's
sign
like
of
a
integrity
temperamental,
and
scary,
self-respect.
angry little elf, but
That's how
CBS's
to
attempt to
suspicion.
shift the interview's
That's the
focus towards
playbook on
sensational
how to
topics
create
is
suspicion.
unfortunate
during a season like this,
undermines
where a
the
lot of
real
people are going
purpose of
through
the
challenging
conversation.
times, they're worried. They don't know what's
Moreover,
going on. Some of
Jordon
the people are
Hudson's
having a hard time
reaction,
with their finances,
though abrupt to
with their
some,
small businesses, with
was
their
a clear
careers,
attempt
with
to
their
keep the
families,
interview aligned with its
stress
intended
period,
subject.
anxiety, any of that stuff. I said, I
The
think we need
release of
something
Belichick's book.
to make people's day, and I think our
Criticizing
audience
her without considering the
wants
full
to
context is
participate in
unfair.
that. So what do? We
Therefore, I
sat
fully
there
support Bill
and
Belichick
said,
in how
we
he
want to come
handled
up,
the
since our
interview.
audience, a lot of business
He showed
owners, executives,
firmness
small
and
business owners,
consistency by
entrepreneurs,
keeping the spotlight
we
on his
want to
career
send, we want to
and
give
shielding
you
his
the
private
opportunity
life
to
from
send a package
unnecessary
to
exposure.
anybody you know that's going through
The media
challenging
must
time
respect the
with a
boundaries set by
heartfelt
interviewees
message.
and avoid exploiting unrelated personal matters.